Maria ran our snack bar this year, and that is a big job. That takes a lot of work, and she stepped up to help us with that, and seriously, we appreciate it so much. I know a lot of the burden fell on like a couple parents, so hopefully next season we can do better at that, right? So I really, really appreciate it. It was so awesome working with you this year, and I just can't wait for next year. Hopefully we have more help. But anyway, thank you so much. The next parent I want to thank is Michael McIntyre, Keely's dad. Michael, I don't know if you guys have even seen online, our Wooster High School Volleyball has a YouTube account, and he films all the matches. We have all the varsity matches, and then a lot of our JV and freshman matches are actually on as well. So if you guys ever want to go watch matches over, they are on the YouTube account. And Mike came to all the games, all the road games, and filmed all of our girls, uploaded them online, and it was super helpful. I know, at least specifically for varsity, we used that film a lot this season, and that was a big part of our success this season on varsity, so I appreciate it. Keely's a senior this year, so we're seriously going to miss you so much, and I don't want to get emotional, but seriously, you've been such a big help to Wooster Volleyball and to my family and everything, and I just really, really appreciate it, so thank you so much. All right, next I want to thank my coaches. So first, we're going to go ahead and thank our freshman coach. First, we had Cindy Lawrence. Cindy was our freshman coach for the bulk of the season. Actually, for the first month of the season. My sister lives in Australia, my oldest sister, and my mom went there to help her with some stuff, so she was gone for the first 3 weeks of the season. So I also want to thank Anthony, who helped me. But seriously, they both, Anthony at the start of the season and then Cindy for the entire season, helped so much with our girls, and then they had so much success and so much fun this season. And I just really, really appreciate you guys. You're the best, and I'm happy that you guys could help me out and coach, and I hope you had a good experience doing so. So thanks so much. And then last thank you that I have is going to be for our JV coach, Coach Kimmy. Again, Kimmy helped me a lot. We had our same thing. We had our JV coach in August. She's a UNR student, and so she was like, oh my gosh, all my classes clash with all of the games. And so Kimmy was really helpful and came in and stepped up and helped me out this season, and I hope you guys had a great time with her, and I know she had fun coaching you guys, so yeah, it was really fun to watch you guys grow and progress with Kimmy, and so thank you. I appreciate it. I know it wasn't easy, so thank you so much. All right. We're going to go ahead and start off with the freshmen first for our award stuff. So I'd like to call up Coach Cindy. She's going to come talk to you guys for a little bit. That's all I have.
Yes. Okay. All right. Everybody hear me there? I might have to just over here. I'm not. Anyway, okay, so we had, like Kate said, I was not here the first couple weeks. I thought it was 2 weeks. It seemed longer, or it was longer, I guess. And so I'm going to call up my helpers that I had, because I was in Australia with my daughter. And Anthony, I want you to come up and help me. He did a great job. When I got back from Australia, I didn't know what actually, we had one practice. I came in, I said, okay, guys, seriously, okay, hello. And I introduced myself, and I said, I'm leaving, my flight's leaving in like 20 minutes, and I have to get out of there. And I kind of handed Anthony off the team, and he did a great job, like working on rotations and all kinds of really good stuff. So when I came back, they were so ready to play. And so I kind of missed him because he kind of left after that. But he laid a really good foundation in the beginning of the year. It's always nervous because, you know, freshmen, they're coming in, they don't know, you know, tryouts went on, and it's kind of nerve-wracking because, you know, you're getting used to high school and, you know, are they going to do any good, you know, like how it's all going to go. And so they did a really great job, fantastic. So then I come back, we had our practices, and we pretty much kept the same rotations and things so I can get to know the girls. I didn't know them. I didn't know by name. And Anthony was like a tyrant out there. He was getting up doing those rotations and hitting and serving and everything. So, but in the meantime, Anthony had work and all that stuff. So then, here comes Keely. My Keely, come up here. So Keely was a bittersweet. Keely was on the varsity team, and she got injured. And it pretty much ended her career right on the spot. Doctor's appointment. You can't play anymore. So I thought, okay, she's got a lot of volleyball knowledge. I think we knew each other from. She started in our program that we run. How old are you? Well, she was just a little bit bigger, but she was not. She's only out there. Little, but anyway, so I felt so bad and everything. So I thought, you know, come and help with the freshman team because, you know, I was kind of getting my feet wet. Just, you know, it was kind of like thrown into it. Anyway, so I really appreciate Keely coming in and helping, and she helped a lot, right, girls?
Yeah.
So I would say stuff, and then she would interpret for me with the volleyball, right? Kind of thing. So anyways, I appreciate both of you guys. Did a great job on helping me. And anyway, so maybe you can help me. All right, so I'm going to say a little bit about, let's see. Okay, so we had our season. We were like playing the positions that Anthony had set up, and we did that for about a week and a half or 2 weeks. And then the kids started getting better as we were practicing. And I mean, in the practices, they worked so hard, and they did, you know, like they treated it like very serious and really did a great job, I think. Practicing hard, and then when we got to the games, it just like, you could see them improve as we got, you know, further along the season. So after about a week or two into the practices, I started changing the kids around for positions because I really didn't know them starting out. So we moved the middle to the right side and all kinds of things, but I think it really made a difference as far as the team as a whole. They really came together and did a great job. Let's see. We would go to the tournaments, I mean like the games, and you know, I was, you know, like how they go through the huddle at the end of the game. They're good, you know, good job. You're saying thanks to, or what do you say? Good game. Good game. And I had at least 2 or 3, I would say. As the season went, like we played the teams the first round, and then as they got better, then we had the coaches see them the second round because we played each team twice. And I had 3 of the coaches of all the teams that we had grab my hand, and they stopped me and they said, I just want to tell you how much we cannot believe how you guys improved and how you did such a great job and how you're getting better as the season went, and I thought you were fantastic. In fact, when we did play, we took like sets from Damani, and we took a set from Douglas, and then we ended up beating Damani, and we beat Galena, so that was awesome. And we also took a set from Carson, which was awesome. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about each player, I guess, but good job, everyone. Good round of applause. All right, so the first one we have Kylie Vega. Come on up. So Kylie was like an all-around player. Like we had her at setting, and then as the season kind of went, we were like, okay, well she can pass, she can hit. So she was kind of our utility player as far as moving her around. Like we didn't know where she was going to go, but she did a great job all the way around. So big hand for Kylie. back row defense was really, really strong. And the one thing that I remember about Cheyenne, and I'll probably always remember, is I'd be standing with my hydro flask and my t-shirt, my long t-shirt. Anyway, I didn't know what that was, but she comes up to me and she's like, serious. She's like, so like, are you a disco? I didn't even know what it was. I'm Googling it. I was asking like people and all this stuff. So anyway, I still don't know quite what it is, but I don't have my Google shells, I guess. So anyway, that's a side note, but she brought a lot of fun and a lot of, I don't know, like, Cindy, are you? Anyway, but no, great player, good defensive player. She made a lot of great plays in the back row, and I appreciate playing. Okay, the next girl we have, this is a girl that played before a little bit, and she had the experience, right? Oh, Olivia, come on up. So Olivia, she had volleyball experience before, and so I think you started in middle, I think you played primarily. So we had a couple girls that we wanted to play in the middle, and so because she had some other talents that she could hit, and really great server, so we moved her to the right side. Well, we start strong side, right side. We kind of went back and forth, I guess. But Olivia is a great, she's like IB. Yeah? Sure. She's always telling me like things like, she's a smart one, I guess. But she'd always like tell me stuff like, Cindy, and I said, oh, IB, right? She's like, yeah. Anyway, but a great player. There's a couple games that her serves were like that was a big part of our wins, is that. And our hits, sometimes though, Olivia, so she'd go to the right side hit because she was on strong side with the right side. She'd go and swing, and she'd swing this way, and the court was that way. So we need to work on that. And what else about the hands? Open her hands. But she's a great player, great hitter, and we really had fun with Olivia. Especially when she brought her twin, and they were trying to like switch out, like, yeah, so that was fun too. So she has a twin. So, all right, good job, Olivia. All right, Veronica. So Veronica's, she's my friend. I get text messages from Veronica, and she's always, come on up here, come on. She's always, her and Olivia. Anyway, she's always asking questions and always, keeping me on track and all. And really a great volleyball player. We have her playing middle, right? Anyway, she was our middle, and the funny thing about her, see? Anyway, Veronica was, she played middle, and she's kind of shy a little bit when she first started. And then there was one game that I remember that someone, I think in the rotation or something happened, and so the person was like in her way to get the block or something like that. And I turned to her, I thought, did you see that? Oh my God. She's like, that was my ball. And I'm like, she was getting into it. But anyway, great job on blocking. She had a lot of like tip plays and like some really good middle. And you haven't played a lot of volleyball, so coming in, not having experience, coming on a team, making the team serving, there's some things we need to fix on some of their serves, wrong foot and all this stuff. But she got it in the end, and I told the girls, I said, there's like 2 or 3, I think, they were stepping on the wrong foot on serve. And I told them, you can't serve. We're gonna have to switch you out unless we get, now we're like 3 or 4 weeks in, you gotta have to serve. So anyway, she worked, and she was one of the girls that came, and she did that serve, and it would literally like drop over the net sometimes. We were worried, but it ended up going over and getting the point. It was really fun. So good job on all you. Nice. Next girl. Oh, you see? All right, next girl is Kara. Come on up, Kara. So Kara was really, we're going to have to tell the story. Keely's going to tell the story, but I really love Kara. She's very excited about volleyball. Did you play volleyball? Not middle school volleyball, not a lot of volleyball. And so like she is so tall, are you kidding me? We put her as a middle, and we're working on blocking and we're doing all the things. And she worked hard, like all the girls worked very hard. She's a very hard worker. And so anyway, we were doing blocking, and you know, you go up to block and the ball goes this way, that way. And so the game came where she got a block. Oh my God. So Tina's gonna say,
Just a couple practices before that game, we were doing this drill, and she got so excited because she thought she got a block, but it just hit the tape, and we were cheering her on, and she was so excited. We just played into that, and then just a couple games later, it was a real block check. It was so good.
and then she came to me and she said, I just want to block. And so, you know, you get excited about it. She did a great job. Let's see. And then one more funny thing is I told the girls, I said, come on guys, we're gonna get out there, we're gonna be scrappy, we're gonna play hard, we're gonna do this. And so this is like 3 practices later, and so I keep using that word scrappy, I guess. So anyway, we're in the huddle, or like after practice, and she says, Coach, I have one question. What's scrappy? So we had to explain that to her, so that was a funny moment. Anyway, so good job, Kara. Keep doing volleyball, keep working hard, great job. Okay, next goes Stevie. So Stevie started out. She had the best bomb serve in the whole tryout. Like, what in the world? Who is this girl? We got to get her to serve. So then practices started, and I don't know what happened to that serve. It went backwards, sideways, whatever. So anyway, really strong serve. You know, she had there was a little problem in there. And anyway, so she did get back on track, and it was a great serve. And we put her on defense. She would switch out with Cheyenne on some of the games. And there was a play that I remember. I don't know if it was no, we were at home, I think. I don't know what game it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so here's Stevie in the back row. And she's like, I don't, you know, she's going up. You know, I'm not sure. Do I get the ball? And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. She got some energy or something. And so she almost dove. I don't even know what it was. She jumped out, and that ball went over and in for the point. I think we won the game on that, or it was like towards the end of the game. So that was like the play. That's what I think of her when I think of Stevie. That amazing play that she made in that. And what game was it? I think it was like. Was it Reed? Was it Reed? Yeah. So anyway, big hand for Stevie. Good job. All right. So the next girl, so we're going to do our awards now for some of the girls. So we had to pick, the coaches, Katie had me pick the most improved defensive player of the year, offensive player of the year, and then MVP of the season. So the first girl that we have is Katrina as our most improved player. So Katrina came in, and I don't think you played volleyball. Did you play junior high? You did middle school? But very nervous about the game. Didn't want to serve. She kept saying, don't put me in the serve. Don't do this, don't do that. So we had her as a middle, because I guess that's what you played in middle school, right? And anyway, so we started her at middle, and then like when we made that switch, we moved her to the right side, and she had a very good sense of the game. Like she got better and better as practices were going. She was hitting balls down, like she didn't care about the block on that side, and then I think towards the end of the season, I think someone rotated, did serve for her, and she never served. So I don't know what happened, the game happened, and she's, do I go back to serve? I'm not serving. I said, just go back and serve, and I had forgotten she had to serve, because we had switched, I don't know, someone was sick or something. And she went in, and she served. I think after that first serve, that you kind of thought, hey, I'm good with this, I can do it. But she did a great job. She's our most improved player of the year, and we appreciate it. Thank you. So the next position is Joyce. So Joyce is our defensive player of the year. Give her a hand, one more time. So Joyce is a very fantastic volleyball player, very aggressive. She works hard in practice. She works hard in the game. She's very serious about volleyball. She did amazing plays. I think that one play that we're thinking about, if you want to say it, talk about it. Because I never saw the play.
So one of the games, Joyce got her first pancake and she didn't even know what was happening. She was like, oh, I got it up. And Cindy's turning around like, oh, we lost the point. And I'm like, no, it's still going. And then we ended up winning. And I think it was it was game point, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was an awesome play. And I think about that every single time I see it.
And then that one that she ran around the whole court, and she dove and then got up, and then the ball went up, and she got the next one. So very aggressive player. Keep up the good work. You're fantastic. Keep working hard, and that work is going to pay off. Good job. We'll have to have a group hug at the end. I hug you guys. So, all right. Okay. So our offensive player of the year is Desi. Come on. So I don't know what's going with Desi. She's always laughing at me. I don't know what to do. Anyway, Desi's another, I say it again, great player. Desi has so much power, and when she controls that power, she's going to be so good. She needs to work on a little bit of her approaches and swinging, but like her serve, like there's so many games again, you have like, I don't know, 10 points in a row or something. I can't remember, there's so many serves. But a great job, but sometimes they go out because there's so much power, she's got to get that control down. And anyway, so we picked you Offensive Player of the Year. Good job. It's been fun having you. And our last award is Jennifer Rodriguez. So Jenny's our MVP of the team. She did such a great job. She was our setter. She played some defense. Great serving. Just a good team, bringing the team together. Actually, the whole team was just really, I think you guys are really good friends, aren't you? Yeah. Like they made a really good friendships and everything, and Jamie, you were a big part of that, leading the team. And we can't wait to see what you're going to do in the future. Just keep working hard. Setting's a hard job because you get yelled at a lot because you got to put the ball somewhere and everything. The coaches say, oh, you got to do this, that. But she handled it well, did a great job, and we really appreciate it. Thanks. So anyway, that's it for freshmen. I appreciate you guys. I love you. And right.
Alrighty, good job. That was good. Good job, freshmen. You guys are the best. All right. Next up, we are going to do our award presentations for JV. So Kimmy, Coach Kimmy, Kimberly, what are you doing? The floor is yours. Everybody hear me?
Okay, hi. My name is Kimmy, and I'm a student coach, and I was pulled out of retirement to come help these kids out, and normally I probably wouldn't have, but I think this is a really special group of kids who, for the sophomores, had kind of a rough go at it last year, let's say that. But I really, any other group, I don't know, I just really like these kids. And I was like, yes, of course I will help them. So I just want to say that I appreciate you guys, and I'm glad none of you guys wanted to fight me this year. Maybe you did, I don't know. But yeah, we had a really great season, and I think we learned a lot, and we grew a lot as a group. And it's just all your guys' hard work that you guys put in every day. And that's the one thing I ask you guys every day is just give. You remember? Effort. Effort. And that is the difference between becoming good at a sport or not good at a sport, is the effort you put into it. Really anything, not just sports. But it was kind of our big emphasis this season, and I think it really showed by the end of the season how we grew together, and each individual grew in the sport, and I think you guys got closer as well. And I'm just really, really proud of you guys, and you guys put a lot of effort in. We had such a good win against Reed. It was amazing, and that was like our first game together. It was really awesome. So I'm just really proud of you guys and how much you guys grew as people and as players, and I hope you guys take that into your lives, and I hope you guys continue to take that through volleyball. Whether it ends in high school or it goes on to college or wherever you may go. But it's something that should never leave you as the effort you put into your life. And it will help you a lot if you continue to put effort in. You know? Okay. So now I'm going to pass out you guys' certificates. And I'm going to say something really for you guys. Okay, first we're going to start with Ziamara Wilson. Ziamara is kind of like a ride or die gal. She's a little fighter and she's got a lot of spunk to her, and seeing the difference between her last year and her this year has been really amazing, and she's, I feel like, found her voice in her volleyball journey, and she kind of stepped in quite a bit and stepped up when we lost Hope to an injury, and we were missing a setter, and then we had Linda there, and we needed Libero, and blah, blah, blah. Same old. But she did a really good job at stepping up in the back row, and I'm really proud of her, and thanks for all your effort. Next is Melody. Known Melody for a couple years now, and she is a kid with a lot of love for volleyball, and there's always few kids that you get with each year that just love the game, and they don't care if they, are the best. They don't care if they play every game. They don't care. They just want to be a part of it. And I feel like that love for something is so pure and so beautiful to have. And it inspires me to keep, whether it's keep coaching or to be excited about it or any of that. It keeps a coach happy when there's a kid who just loves volleyball, because deep down, that's why I started playing. And it just reminds you of what you're here for and what you're doing. And I just think that aside from her 9-week concussion, I think she had a really good season, and I'm really, really glad that she's part of it, and you're awesome, Melody. Okay, next is Madison Wiedemann. Madison is another kid who you can just feel the love that she has for the game. And I think, like I said, it's just such a beautiful thing to have. And her willingness to learn and to grow and to always ask questions and never be afraid to ask questions. I think as coaches, if we have to explain a drill or explain a concept or something, and we get a blank stare back, and you're just like, do you got it? And they're just, yes. So having a kid that's just like, yep, got it, thanks coach, is always good to have. And she's always, after every game, asking questions, or how can I get better, or what can I do? If she had missed practice, I missed practice, what did I miss? And I think that's really awesome to have, and it's a good quality to have as a person, to always ask, how can I get better, how can I be better? And she had a great season. She played right side for us and a little bit of middle, and she played club for us last year, and the growth within just the year of playing was so huge, and I think it really showed this season of how much you've grown as a player and as a person, and the confidence you see somebody gain just by, playing and just, listening and working hard it's really, really a beautiful thing to see. So I'm really proud of you, Madison, and I hope you keep going. Okay, let me see. Just make sure I don't miss anybody. Okay, yes, okay, next is Lily Simpson. Lily is, she was a junior on our team, and she played her freshman year, didn't play her sophomore year, and is back as a junior. And man, do I love having her on my team. She's really great. She played middle for us. She played outside at the beginning, and I was like, I think you're a middle. I think you're going to be a middle. And I would constantly have to tell Lily, okay, see that big tall girl on the other side? I want you to just like put your hands in front of her hands and block her. That's your job today. And she would, and it was great, and it was lovely. And she made a lot of people mad. I love seeing that as coaches. It's just the best. But yeah, I'm really proud of that she's back and that she is continuing to play because she's so talented and has so much power and sometimes too much power, and that's fine. We just need to like hone it in a little bit, which is just takes practice. It's fine. But yeah, she's a great spirit to have on the team, and she's best. It's a good job to see. She's always so stylish, and I love it. And then I'm gonna thank, or I guess talk about the girls who aren't here. I want to thank our managers, Alexis and Rosie. They were the best, always showing up, always bringing that good energy, helping in practice, so shout out to them. And the other names that are missing today is Lovely, Natalie, Jade. I think that's everybody. Linda's not here as well. But yeah, they couldn't make it tonight, but shout out to them. Now we're gonna move to our awards. We're gonna start with Maria Martinez. Maria Martinez got our Most Improved Award, and yeah, congratulations. What can I say about Maria? Maria is such a unique spirit, and she is such an energy to have. I think between her and Lovely, I went deaf in like both my ears. And me and Katie always talk about how we're not very loud people, and we just envy people who are just like have loud voices that can just, you can hear them constantly. And Maria is one of those girls, and I would always go to her for the like, hey, everybody looks mad, can you make them happy? And she would, and she was always the go-to girl for the cheering sections for the varsity games, her and Lovely both. She's just got such a voice, and it's awesome, and I love it. And she's just a kid that you just love to coach. She's so entertaining, and she's an entertaining kid, so fun. But yeah, she got her Most Improved because at the beginning of the season, she pulled me aside and was like, Coach, I want to be able to play in every game, and I want to be able to get better. What do I need to do? And we talked about it. We had our conversations every once in a while, and she really did put in the work to get like in the starting lineup and playing every game. And that is why she is the Most Improved. Okay. Next, I am going to talk about Adriana Martinez. Come on. Adriana got, she's being awarded the Coaches Award because And I think this goes very unnoticed, and I don't even think she knows this about herself, but I definitely notice, and I know Katie notices as well, that there is no kid that is more hardworking than Adriana. And it's such a quiet, like, head down, hardworking kid that it just totally goes unnoticed. And seeing her in practice work on something and absorb the information, be like, okay, got it, and then do it is so cool. And I think it's very rare to have kids like that just like ask the right question, get their answer, fix the problem, and then get better. Like, it's very, very rare to have that, and I think that it's so commendable, and that's why she's getting the Coach's Award, because I appreciate that so much. And it's very, very, like, I just get so much pride seeing her play and seeing her excel in this sport, and it's really awesome, and I hope you know that about yourself, that your hard work has paid off over the last year or so, and I hope you continue to do that in all aspects of life, because it's only going to help you become the best person you can possibly be. And I'm just really proud of you, and that's why you get the Coach's Award. So congratulations. Next is Liliana Ramirez. I had a hard time between Liliana and Delilah picking who gets what. I know both of them deserved recognition, but picking between offense and defense was kind of a coin toss because they both kind of filled the same role, and I awarded Liliana Offensive Player of the Year because of the kind of like growth she had from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. And so many times she would get so mad at herself thinking about how she would just hit, and she would hit so hard, but the ball would go out, and she would like miss by that much. And we worked a lot on her snapping her wrist and her hitting down instead of out, and just little tiny things that we would I would bug her constantly about, that she would get frustrated about. And eventually we kind of worked it out, and towards the end of the season it was like a night and day difference, and it just like kind of clicked. And I think offensively she kind of became a weapon, and I thought that was really awesome. So that's why I awarded her Offensive Player of the Year. Also, she is very competitive and she's got a lot of fire in those eyes. And I appreciate that, because sometimes you need that player to just like get mad, and it gets everybody focused, and she's that person, and she's a go-to gal. So congratulations, I'm really proud of you. Okay, next is Delilah. Delilah is awarded our Defensive Player of the Year, and kind of the same note as Liliana. I think that as a serve receive passer and as a defender, she kind of did the same thing as Liliana, of like, it was rough at the beginning, which is fine. And then we just kind of like grew really quickly, where she was really one of the most, it was especially when Belinda moved to a setter, that I think Delilah really like stepped up as a back row player, and that's why she's getting this award, because she was very, very reliable and had like crisp serve receive at times against hard servers, and we saw a lot of hard servers. It's pretty rough. They were some good JV servers, and Delilah did such a good job at staying consistent through the entire season, and it was really like, she's like, okay, ball, cool, great, cool. Like, she was very reliable, and there's a lot of trust I had in her. And it's a hard job to kind of be the one that the coach is constantly talking to and constantly having to correct and rely on as a leader. And it's a tough job, but she handled it very well. And I think that she is a little too hard on herself sometimes, more than I think she should be. But again, it's not a bad thing. But yeah, I'm just really proud of her growth, and I just hope for all good things. So congratulations, our defensive players. Last but not least, I'm just going to talk about Belinda a little bit. She was not able to make it tonight, but she is being awarded our MVP this year. And that she was. She did a really great job at kind of filling in where we had a hole, whether it was as a setter, as a hitter, as a defensive player, as a libero, whatever it may be. I just could throw her there and it would be like problem solved. She's like a little Band-Aid. And she is a great kid, and I'm really proud to see her growth as well. And I wish she was here so I could tell her all these things, but that's okay. But yeah, I just want to honor her and the hard work she put in this season. And if I had $1 for every time she got hit in the face with the volleyball, I wouldn't need to coach. Constant. But yeah, she's really a great kid, and I'm proud of her, so good job, Linda. So that was the 2018-2019 JV team, and I'm really, really glad. 2019-2020, oh my God. Yikes. I'm really proud of this group of girls, and they've kind of been through a lot as a team, and they handle themselves so well. And I just really have a special place in my heart for this group, and they're great kids. And I hope I see you guys continuing to play, and I hope at least I still have you guys as friends in my life, because you guys are awesome. And I just want you guys to know that I'm really, really glad that I coached this year, and you guys made it really special for me, and you guys are the best. Love you guys. So congrats to you. Thank you for the time.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Kimmy. Okay, hi everybody. Okay, we're gonna do varsity next. Hi varsity. Okay, so we'll still do the thing where you guys just go this way, because it's just easier. Okay, so I'm just gonna first start off by saying that if those of you might not know, our varsity team this year made playoffs for the first time in like 5 or 6 years. For Wooster Volleyball, so I just want to give them a really big hand. That's a big deal. That was a huge accomplishment. I know this group of athletes have had, and they worked super hard for it. So I'm just so happy and proud of them, and they played really hard, and I'm just really proud of that. So the entire team, congratulations for that. You deserve it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go on to individual stuff, and we're gonna go. First, I want to ask Keely. Come on up. Keely, as my mom kind of mentioned, touched on, I've been coaching Keely. I'm pretty sure she was 12 when I started coaching her. Pretty sure 11 or 12, something like that. But I've been coaching Keely a long time in middle school and in club and in high school, and she's just always been around throughout my coaching experience, and I'm just really, really happy that I've been able to see her grow through her journey from being, a middle school kid who just loved the game and wanted to do it, to being a really decorated and great athlete. So yes, it's been a long journey, and I'm sad that the journey is over, but because Keely's a senior, but I'm so proud of all the stuff you've done. I have notes because I will ramble if I don't have notes. Okay, so for Keely, she has such awesome energy on and off the court. She, throughout all the years of coaching her, she's never lost that like fire and drive to do well every single game. It didn't matter if we were up by 10 or down by 10, she always had intensity in every single point. And a lot of, I think, the younger athletes look up to her for that. And see her, I know that it's been awesome having our freshmen be able to see that in her, that just like fire for the game. So super proud of Keely. This season, like Mama said, she had an injury, and it was devastating. And I know how much it hurt her, and I know how much it hurt us, our lineup, our team, and it was super devastating. But I know that Keely, she really toughed it through and was here for our freshmen to help them out and helped our varsity team out. And seriously, like, it was super devastating, but I'm happy that you were still able to be there and be around, and I'm just so proud of that. And that's really hard to do. That's not easy to come and be around players when you can't, and it's not in your control. So I know that was super hard for you. But I am super excited to see what you're doing after high school. You are such an ambitious student, an ambitious person, an ambitious athlete. I can't wait to send my kids to your daycare. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be like, I coached her. It's gonna be great. So I'm really, really excited to see what you do in life. And I can't wait to stay in touch, and you better stay in touch. Alrighty, congrats. Next up is Nia. Nia. Hi, Nia. Nia is a freshman on our team this year, and she is the kindest, most polite, and well-mannered kid ever. So shout out to her parents. Super, super sweet. She always says hello, always says thank you after practice. Just the most well-mannered kid ever, and I just love coaching her. She's such a pleasure to have. Nia, I have been coaching for a couple years now, and the amount of growth that I've seen every single year is like so good. I'm so excited. She's got so much potential. We pulled her up on varsity this year because I want her training and seeing the training with seniors and juniors and seeing that she can hang with these girls, and if she's playing how she is now as a freshman, that by the time she's a senior and a junior and in their shoes, she's going to be a stud. So I'm very, very excited to see Nia continue to grow and just become just a really, really great player. I know it can be kind of intimidating to come into a team of all older girls, and it's at a new school and you're a freshman, but she did such a good job of like blending in with the girls and really making it a fun experience in practice and working together, and I think the team welcomed her really well, and I just hope you had a really, really good season. And again, I'm really, really excited to train super hard in the off season and get after it for next season. So congratulations, Nia. Okay, next up is Maddie. Come on up. All right, so the word that I have written down for Maddie is clutch, because there were certain moments in matches where we made a switch and I just was like, Maddie, go on the court. She's like, all right. She's just on, man. It does not matter. It could have been 24-24 or 0-0, and she did not care. She was in and she did her job. I can think of like multiple matches, the Carson match, the Note match, Reed match. I can just think of multiple matches where we put you in and you got a step block or a kill, or you went back and served and earned points on your serve. And just, that is exactly the type of like utility type stuff that I wanted from Maddie, and she definitely did that. There was one story with Maddie though. Maddie's the funniest kid. Yes! Like seriously, it's my dream in life to be funny, and Maddie is just so effortlessly funny. One time we were at a tournament at Minogue, and I'm coaching, right? I'm trying to get everybody in, you know, working in the lineup. I turn around, and Maddie was eating a taco on the bench. And I said, Maddie, what are you doing? And she's just like mid-bite, like, I was like, Maddie, go in. She's like, all right. I was like, no, finish your taco, it's fine. Finish your taco. And seriously, there were so many moments like that throughout the season where it's like, Maddie, what are you doing? It's so funny. Literally, as you can see, like her team loves her. She's such a good energy and everything in practice. Super funny. Loved coaching her this season. Next season, we've got some big shoes to fill, so I've got big plans for Maddie next year. And I'm super excited. It's gonna be awesome. Congrats, Maddie. You're the best.
Good job, Mads!
Maddie already lettered the softball, so we're trying to figure it out. Go softball. Okay. Next up is going to be Gabby. Come on up. Alrighty. Gabby, my phrase for Gabby here is she stepped up this season. We had a big plan going into the season, and then we just had one after another thing that just had to be switched and moved, and Gabby got pulled up to be a libero, and that was a big job to take over, especially in the league that we're in, with the hitters that we have to play against. To be a libero and to go from never playing in a varsity match, like this was her first year on varsity for volleyball, to go from never being in a match to playing as well as she did is like a big deal. So I am so proud of the way that Gabby played this season. She just had so much composure. Like it didn't faze her. Or didn't seem nervous. Maybe you were, I don't know. She didn't seem nervous or like, oh, I don't want to make a mistake. She just went in and did her job. And that's like the best thing an athlete can do is just go in and do your job. And she really did that this season. So I'm super proud of you. And you were just a joy to have. And you were super awesome. And thank you. Great season. All right, next up is Kim. Come on up, Kim. All right, Kim, funny story. Thank you. Kim was not going to play this year, and I was not having that. So after tryouts, I'm talking, going over the team and trying to figure out where we want to put everybody so that they can be successful and really work hard this year. And I'm like, why wasn't Kim at tryouts? Because, she's busy, she's got school, work, whatever. And I said, hello, Kim, why weren't you at tryouts? She's like, oh, I don't know. I just didn't know if I wanted to play, whatever. And so I was like, can you please be at practice tomorrow? She's like, yes. And from there, she was at every single practice, working hard, training, played in matches, did so well. And I'm just like, so happy that she decided to play. And I hope that you're happy that you played. There were so many moments where Kim just made like great saves on defense or had like a huge clutch moment. She right back is a tough defensive position to play because it's their biggest hitter hitting the closest ball right down the line, right at that defender. And she had so many good ups. I'm thinking like Spanish Springs, like that's the match I'm thinking of, like how many digs she had down the line. It's awesome. So crush it this season, Kim. I'm hope that you are happy with your decision to play. I'm happy with your decision to play. And Kim is a great student also. Like I know all the girls are good students, but I got to senior night and I was like, does that say 5.2 GPA? Are you kidding me? So, shout out to you. I can't wait to see all the great things you're going to do. And congratulations. All right, next up is Gracie. Come on up. Sorry, Gracie, come on. So Gracie. Sorry. Okay. For Gracie, the word that I have written down is determination. Yes. 100%, that was the easiest word association that I had was Gracie and determination. Gracie, I have been coaching since she was like 11 or 12 maybe, a long time. And it has been a journey. Like, I have never seen a kid have such determination to be successful in a sport. She has gone through so much. Last season, she was on our varsity team, and that she had tore her ACL, and it was horrible. I know it was massively devastating for her. She even tried to play on it, like in the spring. I was like, Gracie, I think you played a whole tournament on it or something? Yeah, like what? So she made the tough decision to get the procedure to get it fixed, and she was determined to get back on the court, like as soon as she could. And she never gave up. It was never like, oh, you know, like I'm just gonna, you know, I'll just manage, or I'll, you know, go do tennis, or I don't know. It was always like, I'm gonna be back on this court. Don't worry. I'm gonna have it, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be on this court. So I am so impressed. The big thing that I have in my brain with Gracie is this massive dig that she got against Imani. Like, I will never forget it. That was like the peak of like all the hard work and everything that she had gone through from middle school all the way to her senior year. That dig that she got at, do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
At Imani. It was like, I was jumping up and down. You can go look at the film. It was awesome. So seriously, like, Gracie's such a great kid. She's so sweet in practice, before practice, after practice. She's just the sweetest kid. I've loved coaching Gracie all these years, and I've had the pleasure of coaching her in high school and in club, and it's just awesome. I get to see her all year. And so it's gonna be so sad, like, not seeing you all year anymore, but hopefully come coach, come assist with me, please, so that you can, you know, we can keep having fun. But seriously, I can't wait to see what you're doing in life. Again, Gracie wants to be an EMT, right? Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, wait, was I wrong? Gracie is literally gonna save lives. Like, she's the sweetest, best kid. Like, I can't wait to see what she does. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, Gracie. Can't wait. Can't wait for you. Okay, next up is Sarah. Come on up, Sarah. All right, so I'm not trying to be shady in any type of way to Sarah. I have never seen a kid play so well after not touching a volleyball from the end of last season to the start of this season. Like, I was like, did you go play somewhere? I was like, who'd you train with? What'd you do? She's like, no. I was like, are you kidding me? Sarah played so well this season. I'm like so impressed with the growth. And again, I'm like, I wish I could attribute it to something, but you just, I don't know, you just didn't touch volleyball. I guess that works, so. Honestly, like, it blew my mind. I was like, what the heck? And with Sarah, I think sometimes Sarah doesn't even realize how good of a player she is. We went through this massive breakthrough in practice, like towards like in the middle of October maybe, where I was like, do you know how hard you hit? Like, do you know how good you are? Will you stop tipping the ball? Will you hit it through the blocks, please? You hit so hard. I know she's a softball player and is like super strong, and that strength like transfers into volleyball really well. So I'm like, will you hit the ball? And I think like the very next swing she had in a match was like a massive kill. And I was like, thank you. I've been telling you that. Thank you. Sarah had the third most kills on our team this season, 73 kills. She hit 248, which is a very good hit percentage. So seriously, like big blocks, big swings, a great serve. She plays 2 sports. And I know she plays like travel softball and is like a super, super well-rounded good athlete, and I'm just excited to see the success. One time we were at practice and she missed practice because she had a softball tournament, and I like jokingly said, did you hit any home runs? And she said, yeah. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. Like, it was just the funniest thing. So anyway, Sarah, I've got, again, big plans for her next year. She's gonna be awesome. She was awesome this year. I can't wait to see her next year. Don't touch the volleyball from now until next year, okay? Nobody else listen, just Sarah. But anyway, great job, Sarah. Super, super impressed with the way you played this season. Great, great job. All right, next up is McKinley. Come on up. All right, so the word I have for McKinley is comedic relief. because I've never had a player make me laugh so hard in the most inappropriate moments ever. One time we were at a tournament in Yerington at the beginning of the season, and some of the other coaches at the other schools like jump in the lineup at warm-ups. I don't know, I think it's kind of cringe, but I think it's kind of weird. So we were just kind of joking about it, like, wow, should I hop in warm-ups? Ha ha ha. And then McKinley went up to the coach and said, hey coach, you want me to put you in the lineup? And I was like, oh my God, McKinley, you cannot say that. So she's constantly making me laugh like that, and it's just seriously, it's the best comedic relief ever. In practice, the things that she says are just like so funny, sometimes inappropriate, but hilarious nonetheless. But anyway, to the volleyball side of things, like I think that McKinley, the thing that grew a lot this year for McKinley is her confidence in her team. Like a lot of the time she just kind of like went to practice, it was good, it was fine, but as the season went on, I could see that every day that went by, every point mattered more to her. To where once we're at the end of the season, it was like, I want to do well, and I want to like contribute, and I'm not going to be the one that is like making the mistake. I want to be the one that gets the kill. And so that growth in a mindset of an athlete is super important. And so I was really impressed with that this season, and I hope we take that same mindset in the next season. Just that like winning attitude to prove that we can do it this year and we're going to do it next year. So that tradition that we want to start at Wooster, changing the mind of like McKinley is a sign that we can change the minds of everybody that have a certain opinion about how Wooster sports works. So anyway, seriously, great job this season. So many big clutch blocks. That serve, man. I've never had a kid say, should I serve it in or out? What do you think I'm gonna say? Like, I don't. So anyway, so in for the rest of your life. Yeah, you can, it's fine. But anyway, good job, McKinley. Can't wait for next year, and that's all I got. Good job. You are not going to attend next year. What? So good. All right, next up is Julie. Come on up. Alrighty, Julie is a sophomore and was our outside hitter this year. She is super self-critical, and it drives me crazy because she does such a good job. I don't think she realizes how hard it would be, like compared to any other sophomore. Like she's like at the top of the list. For a sophomore to take on as much pressure and expectations that she gets from her teammates and her coach and her, school and other schools, it's a lot to take as a sophomore. And she just does it with she just doesn't get fazed by it, which has always impressed me, that Julie can play against girls that are 2 or 3 years older than her, and it just doesn't faze her. She wants to be as good as the girls that are 18 or 17 or whatever. But anyway, a big part of Julie's determination and confidence is that I think certain players, like when you don't notice their size on the court because they play that well, that's a big compliment to them. Julie's only 5'5". She's definitely the shortest outside in the entire league, and you couldn't tell. I couldn't tell the whole year. She just plays so big. She's very worried about her size. She wants to pass next year, and I'm like, come on, Julie, you play like you're 6'1", so let's just have that confidence continue to go forward. But seriously, so proud of you. Your work ethic is incredible. Never missing practice. Shows up, is sick, whatever. Summer training. Never wants to miss practice. So super proud of you. Super clutch. Had a great season. And again, only a sophomore. I can't wait to see what she looks like when she's a senior. So great stuff. And good job, Julie. All right, next up is Hannah Chatfield. Come on up. Alrighty, so my note for Hannah, obviously it's not the only note, but my first thing that I thought of is that Hannah is the most loved player by the officials that I have ever seen. I've had multiple officials at multiple matches come up to me and say, I love number 7. She's the best. I wish I could coach her. And I just think that's the biggest compliment that you can get is that the officials love you. Like, it's just such a great thing. Like, Hannah's like so lovable, and she's got this like great energy. I remember Hannah when she was a freshman. I was coaching JV at the time with Kimmy, and I just saw this freshman walk in, and I was like, that girl has got confidence. She's enthusiastic. She's loud. I wish I was loud. She just was like such a good team player, and I was like, wow, that freshman, she's gonna be a great player. And turns out I was right. We made a mid-season position switch with Hannah. She played middle for like almost pretty much the first half of the season, and then we switched her to a right side. And man, I've never seen a player go from like playing middle, working hard, to like she was like a stud on the right side. At this whole league, all the teams that played this year were very outside hitter heavy. Like that was their best hitter, was the outsides at pretty much every school. And Hannah blocked every single one of them. So that's like a big deal. So shout out to you, Hannah. Great blocking. I'm so proud of Hannah. She's such a hard worker. She does so much great stuff on and off the volleyball court. She's one of those kids that you coach and you're like, this kid is gonna be like president one day. I don't know. Like she's like, seriously, she's like, does so much great work, and she's so kind, and she just likes to help others, and she's a good energy, and she's funny, and she's nice. She always says hello, and I just have loved coaching Hannah. I'm super proud of all the stuff that she's done, and I cannot wait to see where she goes in the future. Congratulations, Hannah. All right, next up is Pauline. Come on up. All right, so Pauline, my word for Pauline is dedicated. Pauline is so dedicated. I have, like, seriously, I'm so proud of her work ethic. We had summer trainings, like workout trainings, that, like, nobody showed up to. The only person that showed up to every single one and never missed was Pauline, which I think is, like, such a testament of, like, setting an example of working hard. Like, it didn't matter if it was, like, 9 o'clock in the morning on a summer Monday, like no kid is going to show up to that. Pauline did. And it showed in the season. That dedication and that work ethic really showed. And I noticed it. Even before the season started, I was like, this hard work is going to pay off. And I know it wasn't easy. And Pauline really wanted to play defense, like really bad. And I know Pauline would have been a stud on defense, and I know she would have filled that position well. But we really needed a setter. And Pauline showed up and showed out. Like she did such a great job setting this year. It is really a difficult job. You have to really be in charge and run the entire court. And I probably yelled at Pauline more than I yelled at anybody. And I know she didn't like it sometimes. And I know it, Pauline. I saw the looks. I saw it. But seriously, like, she had a lot of yelling from me, and she just was like, okay. And then she like did her thing, and then we sided out, and it was the next point. She just, that's not like, it takes a certain personality and a certain type of person to be able to handle that, and Pauline did an absolutely amazing job handling that this year. Not only this year, but like throughout all the years coaching Pauline, she's always been that way. I have a story for Pauline. We were at Carson, and it was the first time we played Carson. We rode on the bus. I saw Pauline, said, hello, Pauline, didn't say anything. Got on the bus, rode there, sad, waited for whatever match was going on, waited for our match, didn't say anything. Did a whole warm-up, didn't say anything. Started the match, and like, Pauline was like, she was not doing as good as she normally does. And I was like, yelling at Pauline pretty bad. And then I find out Pauline is like super sick. She has like the flu. And I'm like, was anybody gonna tell me that Pauline had the flu? And Pauline's not gonna tell me, of course not, she wants to play. So that's that type of like dedication I'm talking about. She will play through the flu. So I just remember, I was like, get some water, whatever, like let's figure it out. Like if you wanna play, let's keep playing. But if you don't, if you're super sick, you don't have to do this. And Pauline said, I wanna play, put me in, I wanna play. And we won the next 3 straight sets. She did an amazing job, like super amazing job, like smashed it. And it's like, that is that quiet determination and dedication that Pauline has, to play through being sick and to play through, not having a good set because you're sick and then just being like turning it on and just making it happen for the next 3. Honestly, like that was so impressive to me, and I was so proud of her in that moment. And I've been proud of her through the entire season. I I'm gonna miss her a lot. She's like such a sweet, great kid to coach and such a good athlete. I can't wait to see what she does after graduating, and I'm sad that she's leaving, but I'm just seriously so proud of Pauline. She ran this team this year, and we would not have had the success we had this year without her. So congratulations, Pauline. Okay, next up is Allison. Okay, so Allison is a senior this year, and she has had many trials throughout her career, through like injuries and just like a lot of things that went on that could have stopped her from succeeding or stopped her from trying or being motivated to work hard or whatever. But Allison has had such an amazing career at Wooster High School. I'm so impressed with it. She has a lot of pressure and went into this season with a lot of pressure, not only from myself, her coach, but from her team, all of her coaches, her family, not only that, but other coaches in the league have expectations from her, and that's a lot to take, especially when you are almost like the team is preparing to defeat that player. You know what I mean? So that's a lot to be able to go around and train to get better to defeat that. And Allison really did that. I don't think that Allison really realizes how good of a player that she is. She is so humble and so just like, just helps you, kind of goes to practice. It could be very easy to be arrogant and walk in and just be like, walking in and not, that type of player. I've seen those players in the league. I've seen them. And I played with players like that, and I just couldn't stand that. It's like, if you like this sport, you should be positive and enjoy it. But Allison seriously has never been that way. I have a story with Allison that demonstrates that. Last year, we were playing Galena, and Allison, at the beginning of last year, rolled her ankle really bad, like in preseason. And so she had like kind of a rough start of the season because she was injured, and so by the time we got to the Galena game, she was fine, and she went up to hit a ball, and her friend that she used to go to school with was blocking her on the other side, and her friend rolled her ankle. So her friend dropped the athlete at Galena, and it was, it's always an awkward situation when somebody on the other team hurts himself, and usually, the team will huddle. Allison went under the net to the other team and was like helping her friend out, like holding her, saying like, I'm so sorry that this happened. The refs even came over and were like, you can go, and she's like, no, I'm not leaving. And so it's just kind of like that humility to just be able to stop in the game and realize it's not about the game. Like, we're all friends, we all love volleyball, we all play together, and we're always going to be teammates of each other. And Allison demonstrated that without anybody expecting her to do that, and that was so impressive to me, and I will just never forget that. She's always been a player like that, and I'm just like so impressed, and I hope that she takes that into her life as being that type of a selfless and helping person in life. I'm excited to see where she's going to take her talent, and I hope that through volleyball you can find your avenue in life to see where it can take you and can bring you lots and lots of joy and a good time. So again, congratulations on an amazing career at Wooster High School, and we're going to there's some big shoes to fill with losing you. So thank you so much, and congrats, Allison. All right, and then next we're just going to do our awards. We have just a couple more awards. But before I get into that, there's something I wanted to read to you guys. An email that I got that I think is a good testament of how awesome this team is. This email was sent to me the day after we played Carson High School at Carson, and it is from their athletic director, and it reads, "Hello, my scoreboard operator, Scott Vickery, has been a coach and been doing the scoreboard for volleyball for over 20 years. He wanted to compliment your team after our game in which every member came by and shook hands and knuckled up with the scorers after the game. He just wanted me to let you know and reach out to you to let you know that what a great display of sportsmanship that was and how impressed he was. Keep up the good work. And so, congratulations to you guys. You guys were just the best, sweetest kids. For a coach, he was the athletic director. He coaches football. He's like a big name at Carson. It's fun to notice that. For you guys to do such an awesome thing is like so awesome. So great job, girls. Keep that moving forward into life. Keep that good, positive display in life. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, the first award we're gonna pass out is for Rookie of the Year. And we are going to present that award to Gabby Ramirez. There you go, Gabby. I wanted to say Gabby had 130 digs this season. And 76 aces. So congratulations, awesome job, not bad for your first year. All right, our next award is going to be for Defensive Player of the Year. 1 second, here we go. Let me get my notes here. Okay, our Defensive Player of the Year award goes to Julie Lawrence. All right, not only did Julie have 226 kills this season, she also had 310 digs and led her team in digs. So congratulations, Julie. All right, our next award is going to be Offensive Player of the Year, and that is going to go to Allison Lawrence. Come on up. Allison had 353 kills this season. Congratulations, Offensive Player of the Year. All right, a coach's award I have. A coach's award, like we kind of said, is an award that goes to a player that just like, you couldn't have coached a team the same without this player. They seriously stepped up, had an amazing season. Super awesome. My coach's award goes to Pauline. Come on up. Pauline had 748 assists this season and was number 2 in the entire league for assists. Congratulations, Pauline. All right, and our last award is for MVP. That will go to Allison Lawrence. Come on up. Like I said, Allison had 353 kills this year, but she also had 265 digs, 34 aces, and had a kill percentage of .27, the highest on the team, and 4.6 kills per set. So awesome job, Allison. All right, we're almost there, guys. The last 3 things I want to present, at the end of the season, all of the coaches in the entire league have a meeting, and we pick 3 teams of the top players in the league. We have first team, second team, and then honorable mention. And these are awards that are presented not only by the coaches at Wooster, but also by the coaches in the entire league. And we got 3 awards this year. So our first award was for our player on honorable mention, Hannah Chatfield. Congratulations, Hannah. All right. Our athlete that we got onto second team all league is Julie Lawrence. Come on up. Congrats, Julie. All right, and then our final athlete that got honored by the league was voted first team all league, Allison Lawrence. Allison. Alrighty, congratulations, varsity. Great, great season. Awesome job. Seniors, I forgot to hand you your banners, so we're gonna pass those out. Don't forget to come get them. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. I hope you had a great time. Thank you again for this season. Thank you, parents. Thank you, athletes. Don't forget to train in the off season and have a great night. Thanks for coming, guys.
No, we're scooting out of here. Look at that. We're out. We got a training walk.
Bye, Maddie.
Yeah.